Bishamonten, also known as Tamonten, is chief of the four guardians and is guardian of the north. In Hindu, he originated as a deity of wealth. He came to Japan with many other traits. He is also guardian of Buddhist law, god of victory and war, ruler of rain, and god of good fortune. He is also one of the 7 lucky gods in Japanese mythology, in addition to his status as one of the 4 heavenly kings. Outside of Japan, his name is Vaisarvana. In Tibet, he is one of the main 8 Dharmapalas. In East Asian regions, his statues often hold a miniature pagoda, which is an Asian tower, said to contain Sarira, I cannot pronounce that word, Sariara. Best I could do. In some beliefs, the other hand would carry Dvaja, or victory banner, umbrella, or polearm. The pagoda or umbrella is considered his signature weapon. His umbrella is a symbol of his sovereignty. He is also often depicted with a mongoose that has jewels ejecting from its mouth. The mongoose is the enemy of the snake, which is a symbol of greed and or hatred, and the jewels represent his generosity. His name means he who hears everything, Prince all hearing, or listening to many teachings. He is leader of all the yakas, which are a type of nature spirit that dwell on Mount Sumeru's slopes. He often wears armor. He is also often associated with the Indian god of wealth, Kubara. His color is green or yellow. I'm assuming this is based on region. His symbols are the umbrella, the mongoose, and the stupa, which is a type of burial architecture. He is often portrayed to have a yellow face. In Theravada, he goes by the name Vasavana. According to some suttas, he takes his name from the Vasana region. He also has a city there called Lakmanda, which is a byword for wealth. His wife is Banjari, and he has 5 daughters as well as a nephew, who is husband to a Naga woman by the name of Arundhati. He rides a chariot called Nirvana and is called Gadavuda, which means armed with a club. But he only ever used that club before he became a follower of Buddha. I didn't realize gods in that religion had to convert themselves. He has the name Kuvara from a past life he had as a rich Brahmin mill owner from Sri Lanka, who gave all the produce of one of his 7 mills to charity and provided alms to the needy for 200,000 years. His good deeds made his karma so good he was reborn in the Kadamharajika haven. He is apparently a mortal deity, and when he dies, someone else is reborn as the new Bishamonten. However, this info isn't all that important because apparently his lifespan is 90,000 years. Other sources say 90 million. He often brought the Buddha and his followers messages from the gods and other humans and protected them. He presented to the Buddha the Atanata verses, which Buddhists meditating in the forest could use to ward off attacks from wild yakas or other supernatural beings who do not have faith in the Buddha. These verses are an early form of Parita chanting. In the early years of Buddhism, Bishamonten was worshipped at trees dedicated to him as shrines. Some people asked him to grant them children. In China, he is regarded as one of the 20 or 24 devas. He is believed to also guard the place where the Buddha teaches. Taoists conflate him with Li Jing, whose iconography is very similar. He is sometimes depicted carrying a citron, the fruit of the jambara tree, upon another name of his, Jambala. He is also often depicted wearing a lotus flower pendant as an anklet on his right leg. His mounts he mounts a snow lion. Buddhists consider his sentiment regarding wealth to be providing freedom by way of bestowing prosperity, so that one may focus on the path of spirituality rather than on materiality and temporality of that wealth. In that, I guess he's also the god of minimalism. He also resolved a dispute that came about in the legend of Nang Ai and the Fedang. Oh, that was probably awful pronunciation. Sorry. Finally, onto the names, which will probably be more awful pronunciations in other languages. In Chinese, Dawen Tian Wang. In Hangul, Daman Chan Wang. In Sino-Vietnamese, Davan Thien. In Vietnamese, Tai Sa Man Thien. In Wylie, Nam Thos Saras. In Tibetan, Nam Thos. In Mongolian, Olen Undestini Uzel. And in Thai, Tao Watsuan or Tao Kuwan. From the Shin Megami Tensei AMODS Dictionary, origin, India, one of the 8 Hindu protector gods, originally a leader of evil spirits. He was adopted into Buddhism as a god of good fortune. Eventually, he became one of the 4 heavenly kings, with a spear in one hand and a pagoda in the other. He protects the north of Mount Meru as the strongest of the 4 kings. Many warriors worshipped him. He is also the king of Yakasa and one of the 7 lucky gods.